Hello, and welcome back to The King is Watching. Now, we have got, I believe at this point, yes, we've got the additional advisor here, and we've completely filled in this, and I think probably next, we've got all the starting bonuses we can pretty much get now. I think we're, at this point, waiting on this King's Quest, but we haven't got those crystals to be able to actually purchase this, which might mean that... And we can't get a new king either, we need another crystal, so that's going to be a whole thing. But in the meantime, we can probably start looking at maybe grabbing some of these more expensive advisors. Or we could... I mean, we definitely can't do anything on here till we've got crystals, can we? So that's unfortunate. And we can't do any progress there. We can get these new buildings if we want. But everything else is going to require those crystals to progress now. So we're kind of weirdly getting to the later stages of the game's progression. Oddly enough. Where we're just going to need more and more crystals. So I'm guessing that without much else to really spend these on, these denarii and things, it might just be a case of going for all the advisors here. Which is probably all we can really, probably all we're really going to be able to do at the moment. That, and we can, see, we could always go for these. I do wonder if these are actually going to unlock us like new challenges maybe to get crystals, but... Okay, so it's more just like a book on some basic... Just like shows you what there is in the game and keeps track of your unlocks. Okay, I kind of suspected it would be like that. We've got a gallery. So I'm guessing that if we beat certain bosses here, we'll be able to obtain some of these. Right. Well, anyway, it was probably about time I finally grabbed those. So, anyway, now, our council is going to look something along the lines of troops and... troops are cheaper and are produced faster. We get an additional 100 HP, 7% chance of dead troops just not dying, 5% boost to production of all buildings, and we'll start with 2 Wheels of Fortune. I do keep going for that, but honestly I'm finding myself rarely using them. It might be someone we swap out that for someone better when we get someone, well, available who's better. Right. For now, we shall reveal our fate. Magrush is gonna... I mean, I think both of them have a nasty bit of AoE to them, but whatever. We'll take the early game archers. They are quite nasty, them. And we're going to go straight for the wells. And speed up as we normally do. Right. If I remember, don't these require, an obscene amount of gold, basically? Levy barracks we will get... We could go militia, they're pretty decent. But the assassins can be quite good as well. I'm going to go assassins. And we'll get some gold. We'll go for the denarii, of course, and then the basic production. We'll take bandits and crossbowmen. 4 bandits for an artifact is a very good deal, and 3 bandits and a shaman for another artifact is fantastic. Right. Okay. So we're going to need some wood and some grain. There we go. Then we'll need a bit more so that we can sell it. And we'll need some for making troops, so let's get that. And now we just need to save up some iron. We need gold for the gold mine, and then we're going to want a load of gold for the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, we lost a crossbowman, that's bad. But we get denarii and an artifact. Now we can get crossbowmen every wave. Fantastic. The morale bonus was tempting, but I think especially early game the crossbowmen are really going to make a difference. Right. So at the moment we just really need some gold, which we're going to get from getting this grain. Right. And we could also do with that research table. I wouldn't, that wouldn't go amiss here. So we'll start saving for that as well. Even more denarii. We are going to be swimming in the stuff at this rate. Right, now let's see. What will we need to upgrade our gears? A bit of cash. Isn't too bad. So let's get our gears upgraded. Then we can start working on all these 4 at once. We're going to get, yep, wood at the start of each wave because we don't have a 3rd king ability yet. And we'll get, yeah, we'll get a clay mine just so that we have one. Then we can buy anything that might require one. King's Gaze, there we go. Now let's have a look at the max troop size. We can put this down as well. Okay, excellent stuff. We'll not need any troop size increases for a while now. Now, what do we want from here? We could get an archery. Ooh. We get 1 HP when troops die is actually really good. Central cell working is really good as well. That actually might be a shout. Let's get the Bloodbound Brick, the Stone Gaze, and then I'm going to buy the Archery. I think that's a good shout. Right. Works out for the exact amount of denarii we had. We will need iron for this, so we're looking out for an iron mine right now. And we want some gold eventually too. But we're probably going to want more fields soon. Because, yeah, this is getting a bit low. Now, needless to say, we're going to steamroll this wave. We might lose our peasant. Ooh, we lost 2. Well, Iron at the start of each wave is excellent. Levy barracks, we're going to go more assassins. Basic production, so gold and iron. There we go. Solves our iron problem. And we're going to get a nice amount of gold, which will solve that issue. These rewards aren't amazing, but sure. What can we throw in with these? Establish production for them and a shaman. Some mages, we'll put those at the end because they could be quite nasty. I'm not going to do the slimes, but we will do crossbowmen and a shaman here. And that should do us quite nicely. We'll have the mushroom troopers. Right. Let's do another wheat field there, but then let's go with iron and clay. And we'll just harvest these resources for now. Oh, and we're going to need more troops, and we'll make a bit of gold as well. While we're waiting, there we go. Right. When we get these assassins, it will cost more iron to make them, but we should be making enough to recruit 2 new ones each turn. We're also going to be moving towards this archer pretty quick, so... Ooh, what do we want here? I'm going to grab the crystal mine, because we've still got a decent amount of wood left before we're in dire straits there. But we can put that next to the magic school, and that should be quite useful for us. There goes that. We're going to turn this one into a farm. So this will be a proper wheat field. We need some more troops on here. Oh wow, so some of them got... I think I heard a noise. I think one of them got resurrected by that Phoenix advisor. We'll take the crystals and we'll go for another crystal mine. Just because it's harder to produce crystals. Right. Or maybe it was this building here being ready. Maybe that's what I heard. Wheatfield, there we go. Right. Assassin's temples are up. The archery is also up. And we're just going to produce gold from now on until we've got enough, and then we're going to put down some gold mines. We'll get ourselves a we'll go for the healing pool and wheat field that gives us gold. Not the worst idea, but the stunning arrows is really good. Right. We can afford the first gold mine. What do we need more of? Wheat or trees? We'll go wheat for now. Right. Still going for this gold here. Let's see what we can get then. Lumberjack's farm, that could be good. And an iron mine. Interesting. Receive 1 wine for each well or big well in your castle every 10 seconds. Interesting. It's pretty good. Ooh, there's upgrades to the Assassin's Temple there. There's some good stuff here. I think we're going to go for the cupbearers just because getting that free wine is actually kind of incredible. Yeah. That will allow us to basically keep having this really high morale. Which gives us, yeah, massive amounts of bonus damage. Right. Artifact. When you kill an enemy, a random unit of yours is healed. When you... summon this eldritch monster every so often. Nice. So when one of our units dies, it might become that. We'll get an iron mine and some basic production of... We'll get a gold mine and a levy barracks of... Hunters have always been quite good, so we'll go with that. Get some landmines and the prophecy. Ooh. Lots of denarii, some basic production, lots of lightning mages. So, let's see, advanced production, established production, and a building upgrade. Right, that looks pretty good. We'll go with that. We'll go for the magic school. Now we can build 2. And what do we have? Oh, we've got 3 gold mines. So we're gonna go for, I guess, a crystal mine. Do we have? We've got a fair few of them. We'll get some grapes. We might come across a winery, and if we do, it'll be quite useful to us. Right. And 1. And 2. And wait for it. There we go. 3. We're gonna get all the gold we can. As quickly as we can. Right, advanced production. So this will require forged metal. The mill, however, will not, nor will the fisherman's hut, and that'll give us some meat in exchange for water. We could do that. I think you can make, like, dragons and, like, special units with meat, so we know if we come across something like that now, we can grab that. Right. Really churning for all this gold here. It's pretty good. Right. Denarii, and we'll go for a wheat field. Very nice. I think, yeah, we've got an iron mine just there. Right. And 3, 2, 1, done. Okay. We're gonna go for... Now there's 2 wheels of fortune. We're of course gonna put those down somewhere, and then we want to get our magic school set up. So I'm gonna put this here, established crystal mine there, and then the 2 magic schools just here. So that way we can mine away on this, get ourselves enough magic crystals, and then we can just hover over the things like that. It's also probably something we should do. We should probably make some more peasants. Kind of running low on troops, actually. Some more great bushes, because we've got an iron mine now. Hunter's poison or spell production speed. Hunter's having poison is pretty good. It has to be said. It's pretty good. Right. We don't really need to do any trading for gold at the moment, but we can do this. And we're steadily making a nice amount of spells and so on here. Our Cthulhu monster's doing some good work there. Oh, but we are actually low on troops, so we want to sort that out right away. Let's send to barracks. And we've got them ready. There we go. Right, we're gonna go for gold iron mine is pretty good. What are the bonuses here? Allows clay grapes and crystal to be traded at markets. Damage to bosses from units increased by 10%. Very good. Magic prism can make spells be cast twice. We're gonna go walrus mask. I'm gonna go gold iron mine. These can be pretty good, but let's get some metal. Metal can be quite hard to come by, so I tend to like buying that. It's a fairly rare resource. I really need to make the forge show up more often or something. Anyway, we'll get all this sorted. How much do we need for... Oh wow, we can absolutely afford all of that. And then it's going to be 600, isn't it, for the last one? Right. Send all the troops. A healing pool on my units. There we go. Oh, we're going to absolutely annihilate her. Sometimes we struggle on her, and we have just dominated her there, so that's a very good sign. Increase all troop buildings unit capacity by 1. The comfy bed. That works incredibly well with our assassins. We'll go for incineration, I think. Get the denarii. We want veteran barracks. We're gonna go with, let's see, there's geese riders. That's an idea. We'll go for them. Some big geese, right? And then we're gonna get a. Now the gold mine requires iron bars, which is a bit much, but if we're going for, I guess we can go iron mine. Troop training. Riders. I mean, rider or champion, the geese will be affected either way, so I guess we'll go champion because it affects the geese and it might affect other units in the future, like champions if we pick up like the falcon or something. Well, the falcon's camp, I mean to say, but right, building upgrade there, that's pretty good. Troop training, building upgrade. Right, we'll go for some lizards there, I guess. A sun-faced and some lightning mages. Magic college. We've got the magic schools, so I don't think we massively need them. I think I'd rather just get the grapes there. Hungering Moor is next. Okay. I think the colleges might have like faster speed or something, but it's not worth like uprooting these and changing it all around and costing me all the resources for doing that. Right. Where's that gold iron mine? I guess I could put the gold iron mine here. And then these next to it. Right. We've nearly got those 2 new spells. Boom. Lovely. We'll recruit some more troops. Right. And our research table finally finished. It's going to give us... I think it's probably time we went for some more trees. Right, and we will produce, well, as much as we can here. Wheels of Fortune are whirring around. Hopefully we can get some iron bars, maybe. It helps if I send the rest of the troops out here. I should put that on creator capacity. Right. Yeah, we're kind of dominating these. We'll get a sawmill. So we've got a reliable source of wood coming in now. Let's have a look then. We'll keep at this. Oh wow, the gold iron mine does not last long. It's already down to 84. I know it does give you a bunch for each cycle. So I guess that makes sense. There goes that. Put the wheat field there. Geese training field there. And increase capacity at the archers camp for by 2. Yep. Right. And we are getting plenty of spells. We'll get these Wheels of Fortune spun. Ooh, we've got some rewards to pick out from the last wave, it looks like. I think those are resource packs we got. Denari. Building upgrade. Archers deal double damage once every 5 attacks. Pretty good. And troop training. Ranged looks very good here. We'll take grapes because we're not able to produce those ourselves. Well, we are if we put those grape bushes down, I guess. And flour, and we'll set this to sell the flour. And speaking of, we'll actually, yeah, get some more peasants trained. Train these geese as well. Make sure that we've got all units up to capacity. We can probably go a bit further with this now. I think I just might. Yeah, go up to 16. Thing is, the more troops you have out, the more damage you're going to do, and therefore the safer the other troops are as well. A brick factory to recover health is extremely good. Damage dealt by our troops has increased by 20%. We have to take that. That's absolutely brilliant. And I think I'll grab the brick factory. As much as it's like, okay, well, there's some nice little upgrades down here, sure. Ooh, 100 metal for 20, yes. We'll do that. We've got a nice supply of metal now, so if we get some elite late game buildings, we can probably actually produce them. Right, it looks like these have run out. We'll need some more water. I think our health's currently higher than when it started on. Right. We've got over 1,000 iron ore. Wow. We'll get the exploding scarecrow. Prophecy, we're going to go obviously for the artifact. Denarii and a building upgrade. We're going to get then... Ooh, we might get greedy here. Batrider and Giant. Sure. 10 Swordsmen. Goblin, Pig and Shaman. Then Healer and Lightning Mages. Where would they be best positioned? I think they'd be best positioned here on this one. Now let's swap these two. Oh, those two are the same things. Now let's put it there. Swap these two round and those two round. Yeah. I don't think that'll be too hard, and we've got a few waves to build up to it. That the 10 swordsmen is probably worse than this one pig and shaman, so right, that should be fine. And we're going to put these in the farms for a building upgrade. Increased capacity for the geese, maybe a reasonable idea. Or we can get more spell production speed. I think we're gonna get that for now. Right. Ooh, gold. Ah, so these are the Wheel of Fortune packs that are coming through, aren't they? Right, I guess we'll get grapes, so that's what they're doing. Okay, interesting. Yeah, we've melted them. Artifact is, when choosing a reward, your first reroll is free. Or we can heal troops for a bit of their health at the start of each wave. Getting better stuff is really important, I find. Right. Ooh, half cost production on the geese training, because they're quite expensive. Or assassin HP by 200. We do have 4 of these and they're rather expensive to build, so keeping them alive. If we can get the other upgrades where we increase their damage dealt by 100%, that's going to be ridiculous. And now I think we try to maybe finish up the use of this farm here. And then, yeah, we might put maybe a brick factory or a fisherman's hut on that. Now though, yeah, we're gonna literally dissolve these. Wow. Passive increase warrior damage dealt by and HP of warrior troops by 5%. Or lumberjacks produce 20%, get 20% bonus to neighbouring tiles. Or the production speed of a Wheel of Fortune. that's kind of big because we've got 2 of those. And we can use them to get rare resources that we're not otherwise able to produce. Right, that's used up. What does this require? 3 clay. We've got the clay. Ah, but we're on max health now. Fair enough. Okay. Well, there goes that goose. Yeah, those assassins are really holding up that front line now. 2 artifacts, holy. We get gold for damage being dealt to us. It's better than the ugly apple, I guess. It's not a massive amount of gold. Receive a fireworks spell every 3 waves. Increase production limits for starter buildings. That's huge. Okay. That's much better than the other stuff there. Right. Do we get that thing where, yeah, the one in the middle doesn't need to be watched, does it? Might be worth just strapping a Wheel of Fortune onto it or something. Denarii and a trader. Dragon hatchery uses flour. Okay, we could get an iron mine. Or there's these hives that use bees. Sorry, that use grapes to produce bees. Oh, you can get a dragon hatchery, then a bakery. But it requires resources we don't have access to. Damage dealt by attacking builders increased by 25%. Heals all your troops at the start of each wave. That might be a good one. I'm thinking getting this is probably the correct answer here. Always willing to pick up some more metal, and I'll buy a sawmill. Right. This doesn't have a limit on meat, does it? It's just, yeah, as long as you've got the stuff, you'll get the meat. Let's put the tile enchanter down. So then whatever's working there will always work really well. Then we're going to put one of these there. Right, that's pretty good. Fishery down here. And when some of these grape bushes run out, we'll replace them with a lumber mill or something. We'll get the flour and we'll just sell it. Here comes the boss, the Hungering Maw. Now there's a lot of troops with him. Yeah, that incineration spell did not do much. Anyway, it's got rid of all the troops at least. Right, speaking of which, let's produce some more troops. We'll spawn to barracks. Send the reserve troops. Send the second wave. Go, go, go. Okay, I think we've got him. Oh, that was a nasty blow. Right, we got him though. Oh, look at those rewards, lovely. Max unit HP, or all kings. I don't think I've even used one of my abilities yet this run. So we're gonna go for just some unit HP. I'll get the health boost. Elite Barracks. Ram Pasture. Transforms one of your black sheep on the battlefield into a ram. And rams are champions that are actually quite high damage. Huh. Or we can get lightning mages. Now, they cost a lot of wheat to produce. Let's see. Arcane ranged. Thing is, we can afford to build that. We can't afford to build this. We can't produce fuel. We probably could go for this, but we'd need so much gold. An unbelievable amount of gold. I think it's going to be Academy of Lightning. We're going to get some lightning mages. Advanced production. We have a forge. Holy. We have an actual forge. I mean, the carpentry's there as well, but you can't do anything without a forge. So, forge comes first. Grunts. Ranged could be good. Ranged damage is good. Grunt health is also good, but yeah, we need damage. We want to be able to, like, melt them. Prophecy cards then. We are going to go Stone Golem and Healers for some elites. We'll go for a building upgrade with bat rides and crossbowmen, and go for the troop training. 20 wallbusters? Jesus Christ. Okay. They mean business. These Sunfaced are quite slow, so that'll go well with that wave. An artifact for some fire mages and lizards. Put that there. There's another artifact if we go blue slugs and blue slimes. Or there's troop training. We'll put the troop training here. But I'm worried I'm getting a bit cocky with all that. But you do have to kind of be a bit gutsy at this stage of the game, I'll admit. Oh, this is new. A drought. You were saving a buttery pastry. You were serving a buttery pastry in your opulent throne room, the golden light of midday streaming through stained glass windows, when a starving peasant collapsed below. Lunch was thoroughly ruined. A starving subject is less concerning than the inefficiency it represents. Fewer workers means a smaller crop. Tapping your jeweled fingers against your cushioned armrest, you pondered how best to handle this drought. We can receive food, receive furniture, or receive wine. We've got a lot of food, but that gives us a lot of food. We don't have tons of wine, but we've got a decent bit, and we're producing it at a reasonable rate, enough that it's giving us a bonus in combat easily enough. I think just get the food so that we're a bit safer in our stockpiles, to be fair. I think that's fair enough. You firmly remind your nobles that their options are to share their grain or face your displeasure, or something sharper. Reluctantly they restock the granaries, ensuring your subjects are fed. The nobles mutter and sigh dramatically, but are wise enough to hold their tongues, aware that a slightly lighter banquet is infinitely preferable to a significantly lighter head. The Malefrex the Domineering. In a realm of egotistical overlords and would-be tyrants, Malefrex stands apart, mostly because he refuses to share power or credit, Obsessed with absolute control, he views kings and queens as mere nuisances. To him, your dabbling in magic isn't just irritating, it's offensively presumptuous. Malefrax meticulously plans world domination down to every detail. His armies march flawlessly, his demons file timely reports, and his chambers are famously spotless. Don't mistake his meticulousness for vanity, however. His burning gaze and hellfire demonstrate real power. Unfortunately, your name currently tops his urgent eliminations list. So it's basically Sauron. Okay, that might prove an issue. We're also going to need more troops on the front line. Everyone died in that last battle, so let's hurry that along. Last one of these out. They got like all the upgrades now. Yes, they have actually. Boop. And while they're all bunched up. Wow. Right, we've got some rewards. We'll sell the flour and we'll keep the clay, just in case we need to repair anything. Right, we're doing pretty good. So we want to put the Academy of Lightning in this forge somewhere. We'll probably find somewhere when some of these things run out of resources. Ooh, that's an issue. You know what, let's just drop this in the middle of these. That should get rid of most of the mages. Oh yeah, it has to like actually blow up, doesn't it? Like if they attack it, they can actually stop it from exploding. That's a problem. The artifact is we can either get meat or clay at the start of each wave. Right, we don't have to worry about getting more clay for bricks now, so we can get a steady stream and heal off of that. Spawns hydras. We can afford that. Same with unicorn field. But hydras. Ooh. And of course this is going to be ranged, isn't it? Of course. Right, what do we no longer need? What do we no longer need? Because we need to get rid of some of these. Well, obvious, we're going to go metal there. Ooh. Ooh, lovely. Look at that metal now. Maybe we don't need a forge after all. I think we can safely get rid of the market. It's not really that useful anymore. And we'll put the Academy of Lightning in instead. In addition, I think we could probably then, when this grape field goes out, we'll probably put like maybe the Hydra pond there. Doing a good number to these slimes. Passively increases damage dealt by an HP of ranged troops by 5%. Pretty good. Boost production of this. The repair speed could be pretty nice, just so that when we do need to repair, we can do so quickly. But we don't really need it at the moment, so maybe just for troop inspiration. That's going to be more useful to us right now. And well, we don't need flour, so we'll go for Hand of the Avenged here. When one of our troops dies, someone else will go berserk. Right, and I want to try and get these all used up here. Oh, that's a lot. Deploy the mines. Oh yes. Holy crap, the bodies. The amount of dead. I guess riders. Right. We need to replace those spells, obviously. More metal and clay, I guess, and even more metal. We'll replenish our spell stocks here. Maybe we do want that illusion of choice. Right. Yeah, there's our spells. Immortality and chain lightning. Okay, not bad. And we'll keep working these over, and that's where we'll put the forge and the hydra pond. Clear gold mine? Might not be an awful choice. Goose Hydra. Turns one of your goose riders on the battlefield into a goose hydra. Interesting. Resources produce 10% faster. Wine when you kill an enemy. Okay, both of them are excellent. The hydra geese is funny, but we do have regular hydras anyway. We'll increase our wine stocks, and we're chewing through a lot of water right now with this fisherman's hut, so that might be an idea to get, I guess. Right. And we'll get some more water. And we'll get this fisherman's hut soon. We need 400, wow. So basically we need an absolute ton of water. This'll be a thing. Mind you, we've got a lot of damage, so they should basically melt. Which they are doing. New prophecy. Okay. Sludge and sand golems. That's new. Got some troop training. Sun-faced and bandits, right. Giants and crossbowmen. These waves are getting a lot larger. There's not tons of stuff here that I want. I think at this point I'm happy to just coast for a while. Because we've filled up the number of buildings we can have. The devil you know. Sire, the cultists have returned, summoning El Diavolo, the ancient demon, to destroy us. Now, here's where things get complicated. You may recall, my lord, that we've collaborated with El Diavolo in the past, summoning him once or twice to handle disgruntled nobles. He's a professional mercenary. So we could try to convince him not to attack us and resolve it like gentlemen, gentle demons. Alternatively, we could exorcise him. Offer him terms to kill the cultists. We get 4 demon troops. Summon priests to exorcise him. We get 2 healers. Healers are very useful. Earlier, I have souls to sell you, or we can get 400 gold but lose 2 random troops. We're gonna exorcise him and get the healers. Or we, the demon's very tempting, but the healers, they can just sit at the back and literally like keep all of our guys alive between battles. They're kind of excellent for that. It's tempting to just lose the peasant huts at this point. Hell, we could even increase our troop limit if we wanted. Might be worth doing that when we get to the boss. Right, let's get some meat. We're going to need that meat. It'd be useful if we got offered some meat here, but we're not going to. Right. 70. Come on. 80, we have the meat. I guess we'll get crystals. Yeah, those are pretty nasty troops. I'm glad we didn't add anything else to this. They look tough, and their health bars are not going down easily, are they? Yeah, I think we did right coasting here, because I didn't know exactly what these golem troops were going to be. They seem pretty tough. If there's only 4 or so in a wave, they must be pretty good. Get riders here for HP, and we'll grab... Ooh, let's make sure we don't accidentally run out of wheat or something stupid. That'd be a bit of a own goal right at the end, wouldn't it? Okay, we're melting them. It's a bit of a cost of our grunts, but we've melted them. Ooh, okay, here we go. So we could get more geese, which is probably the correct move, in all fairness. We have got bonuses for champions and warriors, but it does mean, yeah, that we've got upgrades here that would apply to this, so I'm just going to get more geese training fields. Right, I think we're getting to the point where we're going to have to consider destroying some old buildings here that we don't necessarily need anymore. And I think that, yeah, the great bushes here are probably going to be one of them. Get a sawmill down. But I want 2 spots for... Oh my god, look at the amount of them. Should I use chain lightning? I feel like I should use chain lightning. Oh, we're like practically one-tapping all those. Okay, it's not that bad then. We're shooting, we're hitting them, and we've won. Arcane's not bad. Both mages and hydras. But grunts having more HP, because that does include our assassins, which have a lot of HP, because they've got that 200% HP bonus from that upgrade, so... that could be pretty good as well. We've got some rewards. We've got a nice stockpile of wine at this point. A very nice stockpile of wine, like 350 wine. We don't even have a winery. Right. I am thinking, what could we do here? Right, those grapes are gone. Excellent. Put the geese there. Right, more wine, excellent stuff. We're running out of wheat. We're running out of wheat. That's a problem. That's a pretty big problem, that. Yeah. Oh, that's an issue. Yep, they are kind of chewing through us, but we've got them. None of those artifacts are great. Increase Hydra's HP by 100%. I mean, if we're going to spend all this money on those Hydras, it probably makes sense that we do that. I think we'll save up the rest, and we're going to get some troop chains. So a goldsmith farm might not be bad as well. We could use some more wheat at this point. But you know what? Let's just buy a big bunch of it for now. Just so that we've got some. And we're just gonna absolutely smash this wheat field. The boss is coming. That's the boss. Okay, what have we got? We've got 90 units on field. We can get some ore, get more units ready. We probably did right buying that wheat rather than buying a field for it. Right. Hydras. We need water. If we want more hydras, we need water. Okay, we've got that. Get water, water, water. Spawn barracks, spawn these. Poison puddle, I guess. Oh, that one's stood in a puddle of poison. That's going to help us. Let's try and lightning these guys. Yes. This might be about to be our first win. Right. Those are all trained, get the geese trained, send the next wave. Okay. Next lot of troops, nearly ready. If it hits them for a few seconds, they'll be immortal. Okay. Have we got him? We've got him. We have achieved victory. For the first time, on threat level 2, we gain 66 denarii for the town. We go back to our kingdom. And look at that, wow. Boom. Bosses have one more modifiers. 50% of your castle is covered by vines at the start of the run. Ugh. And graveyard is still locked, but if we beat this on difficulty 3, we do unlock the castle next. Challenges. We can request tribute as King Baldwin. Lovely. Right. In fact, that's a point. If I go to challenges... it doesn't tell you what these are, unfortunately. So I'm going to say, I'd love to know what the actual abilities were so I could actually, you know, determine which king I would want to actually play as. Because we could, at this point, unlock one of the other kings, if we wanted. But we could also get the third royal quest here as well. What else is there? These all require those crystals. That doesn't, so I can pick that up. But everything here requires us to beat threat levels now. Maybe even multiple threat levels. Right. In that case, I guess we'll just get King's Quest 3, maybe? And I suppose then we get the last thing on here. And start getting some of these advisors. So 3 spells at the start, speeds up spell production by 20%. At the start of a run, obtain 5 of each buildings, tree, small wheat field. I want to get to this flunky at the end here. 10 denarii per wave could be quite nice. Or being able to summon mushroom soldiers for 50 crystals. That's actually, I think that's actually like cheaper as well than what you'd normally pay for them. So that's really good, that. I mean, our little grunt summoning ability from our king can eat its heart out. That's really good. Like, there's some very good advisors as we go along here, like buildings being cheaper soon. Discounts from resources at the trader. Our current lot of council members, like Phoenix, can probably go. Jester, as cool as the Wheel of Fortunes are, they're not that great. So I could probably get rid of them too, and maybe, hell, when you get to the point where you're doing well, the castle having extra HP isn't all that great. It's brilliant when you're learning the ropes, but I think we're getting to the point where we no longer need this. In our run there, we had max HP for most of the entire game. Like, we lost some a little of the way in. We lost like 20 odd HP, but then we had max for the rest once we got that brick factory. So we could have done that without Branimir here. So we might lose like Jester, Branimir, and Phoenix and start looking at maybe what is there? Golem, Jackers, Jax, and Flunky here. They might be good, or Mushroom King maybe. Right. Very interesting. And some of these later on. If you're doing a spell run, this guy will be quite interesting, I guess. Extra slots for spells. Artifact at the start of a run can be very random, that depends on the artifact. More options to the research table. Doesn't tell you what they are though, but I'd be curious to find out. And then finally that advisor slot. But we're gonna need tons of denarii, but luckily for us, we've kind of got plenty to be spending at the moment. Because we've got nothing else to really spend it on, because everything else wants us to have these ascension crystals. Right. For now though, that's gonna do it. After killing 2 bosses now, we'll get a legendary artifact as well for King Baldwin, because we've unlocked this extra quest. And yeah, that's going to be pretty good. And if we do this, we'll unlock the graveyard. We'll see if we want to keep playing after that point. That might be a good stopping off point for this. And we might just wait till there's some more updates or content or something at that point. Or we might, I don't know, we might do a run or two as like a different king as well. That's the thing. I would like to maybe try some of the other kings before we call it on this. The problem is, this is just something I've noticed, that it really discourages you from trying the new kings because they require these crystals to unlock, and then you have to play them as well to unlock their abilities, so they're just objectively worse than your current king you're using because you'll have leveled him up and maxed out his abilities and that. Like, we've now got all 3 abilities on our king, we've got the mastery on him. So I would have to do what I've just done on each of these kings, and also beat the game on new threat levels to get these crystals, in order to be as powerful as just using the current king I've got. And it will also, again, because I'm having to play through, it means that it's going to take me an hour at least, playing through a run, to get the crystal to unlock this guy, then play through another run, which is another hour or so, assuming that I win whilst I've got none of my abilities, to unlock the abilities to use on the king. when I could just use my current one who's got all of this unlocked. And you start thinking, yeah, right. You can probably see as to why I'm not unlocking these at the moment, especially when I could use that same crystal on just increasing the damage by all my troops by 5%, right, and then 10%, and then 15%, and the HP as well. Right, those are just objectively more useful to me, rather than a side grade that will take me hours of messing around to actually get this person maxed up, and I don't know what their abilities are or whether they're any good. Just putting it out there, massive design flaw. Whoever thought to make the unlocking system for the new kings like that is maybe a little bit silly, we'll say. Not to be rude. Anyway, that's going to do it for now. Thank you very much for watching. That's our first run on a threat level 3. Our first run all the way through, beating all 3 bosses. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be going on to the next threat level next time, and I will see you then.